Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? I'm your host, Armando Ortega, and welcome back to another episode of The Mind of Mando. It's still morning, right? Yeah, it's still morning. I don't know why it's later. I just want to let you guys know that it's very likely that this episode is going to be a very, very short one. Two reasons. One, I don't think what I have to talk about is going to take super long. And two, my battery says it only has 24 minutes left of life. So, my dummy self forgot to charge it. And, inspiration struck. Anyways, listen to this. Anyway, I forgot that it had a somewhat slow start. Today, you're hearing that music in the back. You're hearing those flutes. You're hearing everything. Today we're going to be listening to a little bit of music from the motherland, music that the ancestors listened to. It's music from the Mayans and everything, just it's standard drums, hollowed out wood, bone flutes and all that stuff. It's I saw a couple of videos and documentaries of those who still live over there, and what they were saying is the music, the Mayas, when it comes down to the flutes, when usually not really so much the drums, but mainly the flutes, like the wind instruments. When it comes down to that, there's no set music notes, there's no music sheet where you can play this note for note over and over again. Like, yeah, if you listen to these recorded versions, you can decipher and put down a music sheet, but the music, when the Mayans played the music, it was just what they felt was coming out. There wasn't any specific guidelines or anything. There was just them, the instrument, and what they feel like they should be playing, and then they played it. Everybody else just matched up to it, and it's like, honestly, it comes out with things that just sound beautiful. I mean, clearly this one's like more organized, but yeah. Speaking about music, this Monday, right? Is it this Monday? Yeah, in 6 days, in the 16th, I have the day off of work. My lady and I here in downtown San Diego are gonna go see Dying Fetus and Chelsea Grin at the House of Blues. Really excited. The last time I saw Chelsea Grin, we were at that Whitechapel concert. Was it Whitechapel? Yeah, it was Whitechapel. Chelsea Grin, Oceano, and Slaughter to Prevail opened up for Whitechapel back in December 2018 at the House of Blues, and we've been wanting to see it. Well, she's been wanting to see them more than me. I like them, but she's a way bigger fan than I am. But it's good for both of us because we love the House of Blues because they serve those alligator nuggets things, and they taste amazing. But two, the House of Blues it is not super far, not like the other place we went to go see All That Remains. And how do you call it? Also, Dying Fetus is the headliner. My cat Kiwi just bumped her head trying to jump up here next to me. But the headliner is Dying Fetus. Also, if you hear the shh in the background and everything, that's just my AC going. It's pretty hot today. It's warm. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be hot for the rest. Let me see how hot it is. East Village. It says it feels like 74, but it's only 63. So, how do you say it? So yeah, so we're gonna go see Dying Fetus and everything this Monday. Super excited, super stoked. Got the day off. But the thing is, yesterday was supposed to also be my day off, but I went to work in because someone called off and I needed to help cover. Turns out my partner called off also. So in reality, it was by myself and my boss, and it was pretty busy yesterday. And since my sleep schedule has been out of whack, I ended up coming home spending like an hour with my lady before she went to go do Uber, and I was just tired. I played video games and I felt bored playing video games, and I felt bored doing a lot of stuff, and then just yeah. But what do you call it? I ended up falling asleep like a lot from 8 o'clock onward. I just remember laying down the couch watching episode 5 and trying to watch episode 6 and just knocking out really hard. And then I went to bed and just stayed asleep until this morning. And this morning I woke up pretty tired. Like, I just wanted to keep going to sleep. But I was like, nah, dude, you can't be doing that. So I forced myself to get up, organized a little bit of the house, swept a little bit, and just made myself my usual breakfast: 10 egg whites, 2 to 3 sausage patties, 2 slices of toast, cup of coffee, and a bottle of water. It's not the most healthiest thing ever, but for me it's just high in protein, and that's usually how I maintain my size. But yeah, other than that, pretty solid week, just super excited, trying to get my patches to come in prior to the show so I can sew them on and everything like that. I just love it. I love going to metal concerts. They're they're fun. Dying Fetus is a death metal band, for those who don't know. You guys should really check them out. There's this song, one of my favorite songs, In the Trenches. Oh my god, they don't play it enough, but they need to. In the Trenches is one of their best songs, in my opinion. So yeah, something I wanted to speak to you guys about today was something actually that I remember I was like kind of, what the hell, when I first heard about it, but then later on kind of forgot about it until recent. I don't know how I ended up thinking about this, but like I say, it's just when I hear stuff, when I think about stuff or hear stuff and everything, I start thinking about hold on. Where was it? Okay, yeah. This happened in 2020. This happened in August, I believe. Yes. So, me, like I was saying before, it's just when I see or hear something, whatever, I start thinking to myself, and all of a sudden these whole ideas and this whole little rant starts going on in my head. It starts like a snowball effect. And yeah, it's just, I was like, you know what? I should just talk about it briefly. And then that's when I realized I forgot to charge my battery. But yeah, so let me just get right into it. So this happened in the article was written in August 2020. Yeah, August 2020. And basically what had happened is, what was happening in 2020 with the whole, not just Corona or anything. It was also the year of mass protests, of just complete chaos in certain parts of the world, in certain parts of the states, my bad, because it's primarily a state thing. So basically what was happening is this after the whole George Floyd stuff and everybody protesting, it affected San Diego a lot, and I mean a lot. And yeah, so basically what happened is in Colorado, there's this the hot topic in 2020 was about police brutality and cultural appropriation, and basically a certain minority group is always going to be the victims of things like that. So what had happened was well, let me see if I can change this. Oh, sorry guys. So basically what had happened is this woman in Colorado, she wanted to get something to drink or whatever, and I guess she looked on Google or Yelp or something. I use Google. My lady uses Yelp. They're both good, but I prefer Google. So basically what had happened was she looked up this place, this boba place, So how do you call it? She she wanted to go there because this, with everything going on, one of the things people were telling others is like, hey, support black owned businesses. And if you want to do that, go ahead and do that. It's like, go support black owned businesses. She went to this boba shop believing it was a black owned business. Why is that? Why is that? Why would you go to a boba shop for boba tea and believe it's a black owned business? Because she saw the name of the boba shop, and it was called Trap House Boba, I believe. And how do you call it? Yeah, it was called Trap House Boba. And one of the... Oh, wait. Let me see if I could... or... Yeah, I think it's Trap House Boba or your Boba plug. Although I think Trap Tea, the Boba plug, basically. So those were names that they were using. And when she saw the name and she saw in there, she saw that there was no black person working there. They were all Asian. She started getting mad. And here's the thing about situations like those. People who do that stuff, like, get outraged. Because it's supposedly appropriating culture. But why? Why would that be appropriation of black culture? That's what I'm wondering. Well, she's saying it was an appropriation because names like Trap Tea, Trapped House, or Boba Plug are all things that are culturally for black people. The thing is, a trap house is not a cultural thing. A trap house is a thing that exists everywhere. A plug is not a cultural thing. It's a thing that exists everywhere. If you're going to a trap house, you're going there to do illicit things, illegal activities, some shady stuff. Everybody does that since the history of forever. I mean, like, look at it back in the day. It was a different word, yes, but look at the whole thing with the Prohibition era, where in the United States it was illegal to consume alcohol. So what did people go to? They went to basically the trap houses of back in those days, which were basically speakeasies. They were hidden. They were hidden very, very well, where people can go and drink alcohol. I guess you could say people who sold alcohol was considered a plug, because a plug is just somebody who can acquire illegal and or hard to find items that people are looking for. That is your plug and everything. I've had people who I met down here say that they had a shoe plug. Basically people who can get them sold out shoes and sell it specifically to them. So why would you ever consider two things like that part of your culture when it has always existed in the history of forever? So she threw a whole fit like that. She threw a whole rant, whatever. And she had the bright idea to record it. Just record it all. And it was like, why? Why would you do that? Why would you record what you're saying for the world to see? It's weird. No, it's not weird. It's just not smart on your part. I get it. Recording can help out a lot to have video evidence, especially in iffy and dangerous moments. I totally understand. Hell, UPS, I think, or any place that delivers you packages requires you to, or recommends that you record you opening the package prior to legitimately opening it, so you can provide that as proof as to you got ripped off. Because people out here can get what they ordered and be like, oh, it came damaged, or oh, I didn't get everything. And then it's just like, well, can you prove it? And they're like, I shouldn't have to prove it, I paid for it, yada yada, and all that stuff. But if you want a solid case, they want you to record yourself before opening the package, or while you're opening the package for the first time. So that way, if anything is defective and anything is missing or you got ripped off, you can provide that as proof and you get your entire money back or whatever. So recording isn't a bad thing at all. The thing is, if you're going to record, make sure that you're actually in the right, that you actually have a solid reason to record. Otherwise, you just come off as a Karen, and it doesn't matter your race. You will always be a Karen if you do stuff like that. If you record things and just throw a big tantrum with absolutely zero momentum on your side, you have no room to stand on. It's just, you're a Karen. And that's exactly what was happening with her. She came into this boba shop and got mad when she didn't see any black people working there. And then she started throwing a rampage. Sorry, the dishwasher's in the background if you hear it right now, but hopefully you don't. So basically, that's what she got mad at. The thing is, my whole thing also is just like, why excuse me, it's just let me see where it started at. I think it's Korea. Okay, no, Taiwan. So the thing is, why would you go to a boba shop? Forget the name. Why would you go to the boba shop and expect to see any black person working there? I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying, if your whole argument was the fact that you thought that it was black owned and that those I forgot what Asian race they are, but they're appropriating black culture and everything, African American culture. If that's your argument, if the business was truly black owned, wouldn't they be appropriating Taiwan culture? Taiwanese, is that how you say it? I mean, like, they opened up a shop and started selling drinks that did not originate from African American culture. It originated in Taiwan. That's not what you are. That's not what they are. Not at all. So that's just what really gets to me. That's just what really, yeah, I'm confused at that. Like, why would you say it's okay going one direction, but it's not okay going the other direction? That absolutely makes no sense. So she got mad at that. And here's the crazy part also, on top of that. Not only was she recording herself and recording her failure, she was also throwing a fit on top of that. And on top of that, there was also another black man in there who was ordering his tea, who was ordering his stuff. And when she was going off and everything, she started saying things, and I quote, "I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of Asians stealing black culture to profit off of it," and everything like that. Which, again, if you're claiming a trap house and plugs are black culture, it's very low. It's a low standard. But how do you call it? The videos are around 2 minutes and everything like that. Well, anyways, while she was doing all that stuff and everything, even the servers were all like, what do you call it? What was she saying? Oh yeah. Hold on. I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, she was going off about the tea. It's called trap tea, and everything like that. So basically, while she was doing all that stuff and video, I'm pretty sure the video is still on YouTube and everything like that. There was another black man in there who was ordering his drink. He was waiting for it while she went in there and started throwing that on. Thing is, this is he tries to speak to her and he tries to say, like, ma'am, they're not stealing African American culture. And keep in mind, this man is a black man himself, and he's telling her it's not going on like that and everything. So what happens for someone who surely is trying to advocate that Asians are stealing from black culture? This man, who is also black himself, tries to conversate with her, but the thing is, she finds out that he has an opposing ideology. So what happens? She dismisses him while calling him a slur. That's what it is. She dismisses him and calls him a slur and keeps talking louder. And I hate when people argue like that. Not just like, hey, you don't agree with me, you're wrong automatically. Oh, you're the same race as me, but you don't agree with me still, you're wrong automatically. And then they call you a slur, and then they start talking louder to drown you out. And that's just my whole, like, why are you doing that and everything? I don't know what the hell that was. So it's just, not only were you wrong since the beginning, but you're just reinforcing the fact that no one should take you seriously at all. And that's exactly what we all got from that. Some people just want to make sure that everything's about them, not about anybody else. And what it also proves is that some people can only use logic going one direction until logic starts going against them. Then the whole world is wrong. And that's a terrible thing to do. It's a terrible thing to say and everything. Why would you go to a shop that serves drinks originated from Indonesia and get mad that there's no black people in there and say that they're appropriating black culture? You see what happens? Do you see what it goes on and everything? It's madness. It truly is madness. I mean, it was a short one today, guys. Maybe if I found out more info what happened, because keep in mind, this is like almost 2 years ago that this happened. Next episode, if I find any more information about it, I'm gonna go ahead, continue on the story and everything like that. But that's just something that popped into my head. Other than that, I'm gonna have to cut it here, guys. I literally have like 2 minutes or less than 2 minutes left on my camera. And yeah, so I'm gonna have to put it to charge my battery. Other than that, and I gotta get ready to go to the gym before work. And yeah, so other than that, I want to say thank you all for tuning in for this last half an hour rant and another episode of the Mind of Mando. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. See ya.